dose of fresh air posing. Drivers enjoy cruising around, making sure everyone sees them. It doesn't really matter how fast they go, just as long as owners feel their money has been well spent. It seems mad then that Mercedes asked AMG to beef up its SLK, and bonkers for BMW to give its M Roadster more power, doesn't it? Nah. BM have shoehorned the 3.4 straight 6 from the new M3 Coupe to give this top-notch Z3 an extra 4 brake horsepower. It's not a massive increase, and the engine isn't as powerful as it is in the Coupe. That's because the Roadster's exhaust couldn't be made long enough to release all those horses. So here we have just 325 brake. Dandy by me. Everything about this car is so immediate. Touch the throttle and it just goes. 62 miles an hour takes just 5.3 seconds, but the top speed is restricted to 155 miles an hour. But this car is more about pulling power than flat-out speed. Fifth gear acceleration is phenomenal. And as for the gearbox, well, you just glide through the gate. It's lovely. The faultless engine is matched to a faultless rear-wheel drive chassis. Yes, there's traction control for those who aren't big risk takers, but for those who are, well, you can turn it off. A brave move or just a plain stupid one, but either way, it is damn good fun. Oh yes. This steering wheel does seem a tad on the big side, but when you're trying to control those 17-inch tyres, oh, it's good to have something substantial to hang on to. BM do make their cars with the driver in mind, which is why the centre console has been angled slightly to face you. It's all ergonomically sound in here, but on the outside the car doesn't look as fantastic as it drives. If you're in the market for a premium postmobile, bring on the SLK. I've never been a massive fan of this car's slightly feminine looks, but there's no denying that many people rate the SLK as one of the most graceful and elegant machines on the planet. And of course it has a hood that is still a minor work of genius. Even though once you've stowed it away in the boot, you're only left with room for a toothbrush. It's taken a fair few years for AMG to bosh their badge onto an SLK, and I'm not sure it's been worth the wait, though they have managed to squeeze 349 brake horsepower from the 3.2 litre, which lops almost 2 seconds off the standard 320's race to 60. At 5.2 seconds then, it's a whisker quicker than the BMW. The supercharged V6 hasn't got the BMW's hardcore edge to it, both in terms of noise and power delivery, and you can't hang on to each gear for quite as long. The automatic box isn't a bad one. You can leave it in drive to potter around or pop it into the semi-automatic mode, so at least you have some sort of control. Where the BMW feels light and agile, the Mercedes feels heavier and a bit more reluctant to play ball on an empty airfield. Oh, you can still have fun in it though. But if you really want to turn heads, then you need to trot out onto the public roads. Interior the once-over, and it's obvious that the designers have spent most of their time creating the exterior. The dash and the dials sit bolt upright. It's all function and no flow. The seats were made for mightier bodies than mine, and they don't give enough support for me. The standard equipment list, which includes this bouffant protecting rear screen, is certainly healthy, but you might feel unwell when you sign the cheque for the expected price tag of 47 grand. Yes, that's £11,000 more than the BMW, and it's just not worth it. The AMG 32 is an enticing improvement on the standard model, and it has the looks that many lust after, but it lacks soul. The BMW has bags of it, a super involving roadster that's just mad and bad. And despite its unconventional looks, it's the car I'd like to be seen in.